So, we're going to take one of the most common words in English and use it as a key that unlocks a hidden system, one that was designed to make communication simpler for absolutely everyone. Let's see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Okay, so we're starting with a word that's so fundamental you probably learned it when you were a little kid. Animal. It seems totally straightforward, right? But how do you define it in the simplest possible way? That question, well, that's the key to our entire explainer today. Just take a look at this definition from the Simple English Wiktionary. It's incredibly direct. There's no fancy scientific jargon, no long, complicated clauses. Nope, just any living thing that can move. It's a perfect example of just pure clarity. And that brings us to the bigger question here. Is this just some random, simplified definition someone came up with? Or is there a system behind it, a set of rules that makes this so easy to understand? What's the secret sauce? Well, it turns out the answer has been hiding in plain sight this whole time. Right there, on the very page we've been looking at. There's this tiny little clue that just opens up a whole new world of communication. So, we're back at our source, the Simple English Wiktionary page for animal. At first glance, it looks like any old dictionary entry. But buried in the text is one small line that changes everything. And there it is, right there under the main heading. Animal is on the Basic English 850 list. I mean, it's super easy to miss, but this one sentence, this is our central clue. It tells us that the word animal belongs to a very specific and very exclusive club. So, of course, this is the next logical question, right? What in the world is this list? What is Basic English? And why is it so important for understanding how these simple definitions are actually made? All right, let's decode what Basic English really is, because it's not just a fancy way of saying easy English. It's actually a very carefully constructed system with a really specific purpose. So, Basic English is what's known as a controlled language. Think of it like a simplified version of English, but with a really strict set of rules. It was designed from the ground up to be an easy-to-learn language for international use, built on a tiny foundation of words. And just how small is that foundation? Just 850 words. That's it. The entire system is built on the idea that you can express almost any complex thought using just this core vocabulary. When you think about the hundreds of thousands of words in the full English language, 850 seems almost impossibly small, doesn't it? So, the goal here is the really crucial part. The purpose of Basic English wasn't to dumb down the language. Not at all. It was to make it more accessible. The whole point was to create a universal tool for clear communication that anyone, anywhere, could learn pretty quickly. It's about using a small set of tools to build really big ideas. Okay, so let's bring all this back to where we started, the word animal. How does its entry in the Simple English Wiktionary perfectly show the principles of Basic English in action? You can actually see the system at work right here. The core term itself, animal, is on the list. The definition? It only uses other simple core concepts like living, thing, and move. Even the other words like human, plant, mineral, they're all fundamental ideas. Everything is designed to fit inside this simple, understandable framework. And this is where you really see the power of this approach. On the left, you've got a standard dictionary definition. It's full of technical terms like organism, organic matter, stimuli. Then on the right, our Basic English definition. They're both trying to explain the same thing, but one is built for specialists and the other is built for absolute clarity and universal understanding. And that brings us to the real takeaway from all this. This isn't just about one word or one dictionary. It's about a really powerful idea that simplicity can be an incredible tool for better communication. And this, right here, is the crucial point. Basic English really teaches us that simplifying is not the same as dumbing down. It's an active discipline. It's about stripping away all the unnecessary noise to find the most direct, most effective way to connect your idea with someone else's mind. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. The system of Basic English was created almost a century ago, but the idea behind it feels more relevant than ever in our noisy, complicated world. Could a foundation of just 850 words really change how we all communicate? It's definitely something to think about.